1. Eight. 9.
Well, he wouldn't want this to take the same pattern as the previous, to get a considerable amount in front and then open the door for the clearance.
17.
And that is just so unlike O'Sullivan. He's always had great pride in his control. This could have easily stayed out.
29.
This frame is going to hinge on what happens here. I think it's going to go into these fairly loosely scattered bunch of reds, but he needs to move them.
What can O'Sullivan do with this chance? Needs to steady the ship, doesn't he? We've seen a few errors again in this frame, but Tepchai unable to take full advantage.
Forty-two. 43.
Yes, I don't think he'll have to do a lot more in the way of opening reds up. The red by the
50.
pink will pot to the left corner.
51.
So I don't think he has to split anything open here. He still decided to do it, however. The risk, wasn't it? I don't think he had to take that risk.
It was, but very well negotiated, so O'Sullivan on the cusp of stopping the rot. And Tepchai had a decent chance. Saw him stroke in that sublime blue, but then missed a red to the right centre. And O'Sullivan has punished. One or two have dropped today that didn't look likely to.
69.
I recall the pink in the first session for Tepchai, which caught the near jaw. Quite a lot of it somehow dropped in. The pink played a pretty prominent role, actually, in the first session. All sorts going on that ball. But this is exactly what O'Sullivan required, because you could see the mercury was rising. He was becoming frustrated with some of the errors he was making.
74.
This is much more like it. And now within sight of a 10th century of the tournament.
81. 82.
I think he really could do with it here. A century break. I mean, it's not like he's any stranger to them. 1,321 already
89.
going into today, but right now it just restores a bit of confidence. And he stopped the rod. Tepchai had a good leave early in the frame, which he made very little of.
$96. 101.
Difficult to subdue the rocket for any length of time.
107.
Tepchai seeing his 6-frame winning streak ended with a century. The 10th of the tournament for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Played.
1.
chance to get these 6 reds in play if he wants to play it. Top one goes, and it was like the previous frame where he went into the reds when there was one available. This time I think he's taken a lesson from that.
13.
Playing around to the red on the cushion and then playing onto the black low and getting into them
19.
that way. So this next shot
20.
might be the one that either wins in the frame or keeps it in the balance. Looking at the red to left middle here. I think feels he can get through to it. It must be close.
28.
It's very much getting back into gear. Would have been a bit of a shock to the system, I'm sure.
35. 36.
But what he has that Tepchai lacks is huge experience at the sharp end of big matches like this, when the title and the winner's check is on the line.
43.
Red, black, red he needs.
44.
Finish low on the black, which is what he's done.
52.
So he stopped the rot, it's safe to say, by these last couple of frames going his way.
And although the miss black
59.
wasn't expensive in terms of O'Sullivan's initial counter-attack, it did cost Tepchai the chance to make a big break himself. And it was a fairly routine pot that went astray. He had a chance in the previous frame as well, Mr. Red. And in pretty quick time, that 2-frame cushion
67.
has vanished.
68. 75.
So enough there for back-to-back centuries for O'Sullivan.
77. 8. 84. 89. 95. 102.
Brilliant stuff from O'Sullivan. What a way to respond to adversity. And listen to that roar for the rocket.
1.
Because O'Sullivan is sort of seemingly back now, isn't he, to the form of earlier. Been given a couple of chances to get his confidence going now, and he very rarely needs a second invitation.
8. 9. 16. 17.
That's a good shot. I think he's on that red, just about.
25. 33.
It's pretty good stuff, isn't it? The balls are really thumping into the back of the pockets as if he is playing with a little bit of adrenaline pumping through his veins. Why wouldn't he? He's not won a ranking event of his own for over 2 years, despite his glittering career. It's been a bit of a barren spell, but I'm worth saying he's not played in everything. Far from it.
January 2024, the last time that O'Sullivan lifted a ranking trophy.
Yes, that was on the back of the Masters, wasn't it? That match with Ali Carter, which he won, which feels like yesterday, but like you say, it was a couple of years back now.
55.
6-4 down, seemingly reeling, looking cross, looking out of sorts.
63.
It's going to be his frame. In all of them,
7.
Tepchai who has had a chance. Now this frame, probably the most difficult one, read into the right corner. And the two previous, safe to say, very good chances, which didn't go very far.
77.
Yes, 4-0 down at the interval. I'm sure Tepchai would have bitten your hand off to be only 7-6 down going into the final interval, but it's all about context, and he has had chances
85.
to build a lead this evening beyond the 6-4 that he had.
86.
And his failure to take them have been clinically punished by the GOAT.
I mean, that's just a delightful shot, isn't it?
92.
It's so easy to push that red past the middle on that shot. It's not so much the cannon, it's how hard you hit it, but he played it with a wonderful touch.
Well, this is some burst, isn't it? This red for his 3rd straight ton from 6-4 down. Right in the middle.
100.
There's no player like him.
You're right, there's no player like him, but he's reminded us this week that he still got it, because there were people starting to wonder, I have to say that.
104.
You know, clearly he doesn't play like this all the time, but it's still there. It's still in him, as we saw in Saudi with those pair of 147s he made. The magic is still in there.
109. 111.
He's a great advertisement for what's possible in life past your 50th birthday. Still playing this game like a young man.
118.
Hasn't slowed down one iota. If anything, he's sped up. This has been whirlwind stuff from the Rocket. Just a blur of brilliance. And the crowd are loving it. Wonderful. A 1-3-6.